So assalamu alaikum and welcome to the finishing of this beautiful dress, which is very simple yet very unique in the way that we've added our own personal touch to quite a plain and simple embroidered fabric, not embroidered, printed fabric. Okay, so a couple of things that we did with this was added our additional own pieces, which was a small piece I had left over of an embroidery that I had made. I think I made an abaya which I added this lace to, I think, good few years ago. And then this lace at the bottom is something that I added to one of Halima's dresses, and that was left over. Generally, when I buy laces, I tend to get whatever is left on a roll. If it's 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, I just normally get the whole of that, and then somewhere along the line it comes useful. What I had left over, it was obviously lying to a side. What I've done is use those pieces to actually finish off this dress. And I didn't have enough left for the back, but I've done a similar thing except for the embroidery. So it doesn't have the embroidery at the back, but it has the black, so obviously it sort of looks coordinated with just a plainer, better than the ones that you get which are often designer suits, where you only have the piece for the front and then you have nothing available at all for the back. Now, the initial plans on when I was making this was to keep it quite a bit closed, but because this dress has a salwar with it, I decided to open the chocks a little bit longer, and I've added a simple dori in the blue contrasting color to turn the edges off, because on an A-line kameez it is quite difficult to turn the chocks. Now, one of the beauties of this suit is the neckline. The neckline is just a very simple neckline, which you can actually do this in many variations. I've used the base fabric and I've used the lace to actually make the neckline, and then I had a piece of lace left over from the pearls, and I've used that to make it look like the buttoned effect. Now, one of the other things that I had a request for was the buttoned sleeves. Now, in front of this sleeve I've added lace, and I've shown how to make the fitted sleeve with a turning, including if you needed the fabric for the turning of the lace. So basically what this sleeves looks like is there's an overlapping fabric on the one side, and then the overlapped fabric goes across, and the button is generally put on there so that there is no visible part. So it's like a chah, but it's an overlapped chah. And that was a request that I had by one of the viewers. So when it's on, basically what you're going to have is, so you're going to have, that's the side of the button, and then that's the closing up, and once it's closed it should look like this. Now, you can have it tighter if you wanted, but I wanted it not as tight, because I want the sleeve to sort of hang just above this bit, and then including the button you can put it on a little bit further up, so that when it's closed it's more overlapped like this. Or you can have it, but the benefit of this is that, you know, when you're reading prayer or when you want to pull your sleeve up, then it's easy enough to do that. On tight sleeves, that's generally a problem. When I make tight sleeves for someone, I generally question them, especially if they're like someone who is quite religious. Then I would say to them, well, you know, are you not worried about, because to be honest, I hate pulling my sleeves up and down, because I wash my arms so many times during the day that it means, you get down, I'm constantly pulling, you know. Now that's a lawn. One of the problems with lawn whilst I'm wearing it, I might as well address that as well. Once you've worn it for a few days or even a day, after you wet it, and it tends to crumple up and shorten up. one of the benefits of sleeves like these is that that will stop it from crumpling up. So you will have the sleeve, but it will keep its length, even though you are annoying me. Come on, get down. Okay. It's so that presents the problem. Now that's a problem not only with the fact that of the sleeves, but also of the gear as well. So this is one of the reasons why I generally recommend putting on an extension, including at the bottom of the daman, because it stops the kameez from gathering up. Okay, so that's a beautiful dress. Hopefully, inshallah, what I'm going to try and do is get Soraya to give you a little bit of a twirl in it. So that's just one for her. That's my, it's taken me a whole day to actually make, and you know, when you get a result like this, you don't mind spending the whole of the day, because it's made it unique, it's given it a beautiful classy look. She's going to Pakistan, and she was making plans on getting several outfits sewn from there. And when I make comparisons of something that I stitch for her and what she would get made from Pakistan, then I am hesitant, because I know for a fact that she would not get something to her satisfaction, which would mean paying to get your fabric ruined. So my advice is always persevere and keep on trying yourself, and inshallah, if you keep on practicing, then, you know, as time goes by, you will get better and better. So even if I'm speaking for myself, if I look at something that I did perhaps a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, then over time, I tell you, even my own personal self, you know, is improved. So in some cases is improved leaps and bounds. So, you know, I'll give you a simple example of that is the piping on the jacks. When I first, it's not been that long since I've started doing this, and during the time I've been applying this, you know, it's constantly got better and better. So now, you know, something that you've repeatedly done over maybe perhaps months, then, you know, there's absolutely no doubt that you will get better at that. So whether it's you know, simple sewing, whether it's, if you will get there, I promise you. So anyway, that's just one of the suits completed. I want to make an introduction to a new fabric that I just bought in today, so do keep on watching. I will show you that material in the coming video.